All right, we're live. We got a real fun one in the works here today, and I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in the past 5 minutes we've had these guys on here.
Yeah, mine's already wondering.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of daggone fun. But yep, let me go sharing over here. Dave, you got any information, any news? Do you think it's okay to share what we're doing with here in October coming up?
Sure. What is it, October 24th?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, October 24th. Where are we going? It's in Maryland. No.
Waynesboro,
Pennsylvania. We're going to meet up with the Barbecue Beast ladies in their town. They are doing like a commemorance of them winning best sauce on the planet. They asked Q-Chat to make an appearance. So we will be there on the 24th, going live, chatting with everybody. Fat Russ's Barbecue will be there, catering. It'll be a good day. Stay tuned for that.
Absolutely, and I'm sure we'll definitely be sharing stuff about that.
Yeah,
but I got everything shared to groups here. Let's bring these guys in because I'm so daggone ready. All right, we got Jeff and Brent from Bees Knees BBQ. Guys, I don't even know what to say after the past 5 minutes. So
I hope we didn't use all of our big guns right out of the gate before we got on.
I don't know what to expect. So if you guys want to go ahead, we're good, man. If you guys want, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
All right, I'm Jeff Cole from Bees Knees. I do everything, and I'm in charge of everything in the trailer except for the knives.
So I don't let him touch any of the knives. He ain't allowed to.
He smacked it out of my hand one time. I said I'd never do it again.
we call him Juicy. That's what we call him.
That's my barbecue wrestling name.
That's right.
Juicy.
Yeah, that's what we call him. So for lots of reasons, I guess. But I'm Brent Borland. Live in Huntsville, live down the road from Jeff. We used to be next door neighbors.
Yeah.
And then Jeff got kicked out of the neighborhood.
Yeah. So we're a mile from driveway to driveway.
Yeah, that's right.
So how'd you get? Hey, I know we sound out of place on this northern show.
We're not from
around y'all's parts.
Yeah.
You're in the Mid-Atlantic region now.
Right.
So how'd you guys get into barbecue?
You want to go there?
No, you go.
Okay.
You go.
All right. So anyway, about 2014, we cooked a contest here, a local contest at Riverfest in Decatur, Alabama. And Brent had asked me if I just wanted to go help him go cook a contest. And, we didn't know what we were doing. So we showed up and cooked enough food to feed Decatur, Alabama. I mean, we cooked, good Lord, 2 briskets, 6 pork butts, 24 pieces of chicken, and I mean, God knows how many ribs.
We could have fed everybody that was at that contest. And we used a whole roll of an industrial foil and a whole case of paper towels.
We had no idea. We
didn't know what we were doing.
But so we just cooked and turned it in. Nothing came back, and Brent, we were both wore out. And I was like, well, I'm going to go to awards and see what it's all about, and stuff. So Brent, I had to drag him there. And so we ended up and win and got a 6th place call in ribs, and it was on after that.
I don't know. It's crazy, man. I think we were sleeping in that camper when we almost overflowed the toilet and all that.
Yeah, that was one of the contests. Yeah. We've had all kinds of stuff happen.
We didn't know that you couldn't just take an endless shower when you're dry camping. That's how bad we were. Yeah. It was sloshing, everything going down the road. It was so nice when we got home.
Luckily, it was rented.
Wow. Nobody told us how to do an RV shower. We got a lot to wash, though.
We made it out without drowning.
We got a lot to wash.
Yeah.
So from there, it just kind of picked up. We did a few more contests, added another contest the next year, so we did 2. And then we just, it's kind of one of those things we decided that's what we wanted to keep doing. And, got tired of sleeping in tents and gravity chairs and finally bought a trailer and then just kind of went from there. So
yeah, it wasn't one of those deals where we just went boom and we were doing 10 or whatever. The first year or two, the first year we did 1, then we did like 2 the next and 3. Then, it's kind of kind of built like that. It wasn't like we didn't have really the resources or anything just to come straight out of the gate. We didn't have a way to travel really. We had a utility trailer, man. We looked like Santa and Son coming down the road. I mean, we had a little 5x10 utility trailer. I mean, it was mounted up. And we had a cooker that it was ginormous too, man. I don't know how we didn't kill ourselves loading that thing, but it was giant. So
you guys, you upgraded from tents to the trailer, but you guys still are proud to say that you're on the other side of the tracks from everyone else down there.
That's right, we are.
We have no problem with saying that we're on the other side of the tracks.
That's right.
It's like I said one time. I said we're right above the poverty level. We got TV, we've got air conditioning, we got a microwave. And so
you guys have TV.
Oh, yeah, we're right above the poverty level. So.
We got an antenna, and if it goes out a little bit, I make Jeff get up on the roof and hold it. That way I get a good picture when I'm sitting inside.
Oh, my God.
Everybody always likes to ask us, they say, where do y'all sleep? And we're like, well, we got 2 cots over there. I mean, a lot of the guys that we cook against, they have these, real expensive RVs. Yeah. And we're just slumming it, man. But I like it like that because there ain't nothing to break.
Yeah.
And nothing to break, and it's easy in and out of the trailer. You don't got big steps you got to come down and all that.
Right.
So.
Yeah, for sure. I like those RVs, and they're all pretty sweet. But, man, I've seen what my trailer looks like at the end of a barbecue competition. I would not want to do that to an RV.
No,
same here.
No. The only downslide is we got to find a porta-john. That's the only bad part.
That's the only bad part.
Either rent one or I got denied over there at Fat, Drunk, and Stupid. I had to go to the bathroom about 6 o'clock in the morning. They're like, no, we're fixing to take showers back here. And I was upset. They're supposed to be your buddies.
Oh, man. Guys, you got people in the comments just going crazy saying they're hot Alabama boys.
Hey, that's some Mississippi people down there now. We love them people.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You guys, I don't even know where to go with this whole thing, but we'll start off with the loving the hot Alabama boys. You guys, you have the beehive. You have the pollinators. Was that a pollinator there?
Yeah, it was pollinator. Pollinette.
Yeah, pollinator. This is a female thing, so that's a pollinette, not a pollinator.
Yeah.
Pollinette.
So pollinette, it was kind of a joke back. When you watch the show, we came up with we got some barbecue, like wrestling belts, for whoever scored highest on the show. And so as a joke, we were just between the people on the show, we were making wrestling videos, and somehow the pollinette thing just came to mind in my head when I made my wrestling video and talking about how fire hot all my pollinettes were and stuff like that. And it just kind of picked up from there. And so now I'm recruiting pollinettes at every contest.
Hey, and they go from we got pollinette onesies all the way up to senior citizen pollinettes. Jeff don't discriminate. I don't discriminate.
I'm trying to find them now. I saw them in here before, but I've got so much stuff pulled up, I don't even know where to go. Here we go.
Oh, man. We have a good time with it.
Oh, absolutely. You have to. There you go.
There it is.
Oh, yeah. That's the shirt right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're going like hotcakes, too.
They're about gone.
If you start sticking them on eBay, they'll probably get up $400 or $500.
So there's kind of stuff like that, the beehive, that's where all the fun happens and stuff like that. And like Brent said, people come and hang out over there because they can't break nothing. And, so we have a good time with it. And it's just something kind of different, instead of just constant barbecue this and barbecue that, we try to act like we got a big fan club, even though we probably don't.
Well, you guys are on here now, so you got probably another 4.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's all right.
That's the reason why we did this.
Yeah.
Everyone counts.
Hey, it don't matter. You don't ever know who's going to sleep what, so we love doing it. So
that's right. So what are you guys cooking on? I saw you had a Stumps and BBQ, and now you guys moved on to an Old Hickory. But you said you had a giant old smoker to begin with. What all have you gone throughout the years?
Oh, man. So I started cooking on a Traeger pellet grill, and I had it so it's like Traeger number 248. I had it for so long, like people would come over to the house when I first got it. They didn't even know what it was. So I started on it, and then we got, then I moved to the Stump, and then we Then we were using the stump and a WSM. We'd run everything on our stump baby and run our ribs on a WSM.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And then we had that, going back up, we had the ginormous cooker before that.
Oh, that
it was a custom-made gravity pit that I made at my work. And, man, that thing was too giant. So we moved to the baby. And then we used the stump and the WSM all the way up through.
We used it all the way up, ever since we've been on the show and all the way up through season 3 and up to this year.
And then we had the Gorilla. We just bring the Gorilla pellet grill sometimes.
Yeah, we were cooking chicken on the pellet grill for a while and stuff like that, the Gorilla pellet grill. But now we've got it where we roll that cooker out on the tray on the bed there, and then we just
old hickory,
and we got everything we cook on that one fire. So
yeah, we love that old hickory, man.
Yep.
I think it's we're just still trying to figure it out. We've cooked 2 contests with it,
so we'll see.
It is man, I wanted one of those for a really long time. So I really never wanted a stick burner or anything. I always wanted that pit. A lot of people that I respect cook on old hickories.
Yep.
And that's just what I wanted. So that's what we got.
What made you want to go over a Jambo? Because everyone down there is cooking on Jambos.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they are salty sons of guns, but with that being like the staple of Alabama, what made you go with an old hickory?
Well, I mean, I always thought a lot of Cajun Blaze. I don't know if you know who those guys are, but they're a very successful team down in the South. And they cooked on a old hickory. And Ben Wilson with Q-Bones, he also cooks on old hickory. Malcolm, he cooks on old hickory. So I said, man, and my family's from Mississippi. And I don't know, I guess that's kind of our style a little bit. We seem to do really well in Mississippi.
Yeah.
That's just the pit I always wanted. So I guess we didn't want to be like everybody else either. Plus, we like to sleep.
Yeah, we love to sleep. So,
yeah. You know, I mean, and it's got a convection fan in it, man. It does really. I mean, it's
the few times that we've used it, I mean, it's completely different than that stump as far as flavor wise. To me, color is better, and you don't have to have it in the smoker near as long.
No,
because you put a couple little chunks of wood, and it just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling in there.
Yeah.
And man, I'm telling you, it's a beast of a cooker.
It is.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I saw if anyone wants to see it on the Bees Knees barbecue practice from Silly Barbecue Life.
That's right.
Yeah.
Good video to see it on.
And if Robert will ever get going, we told him he was going to call his mom if you don't get these videos out faster.
That's right.
So we got another video coming out with them probably in who knows when, probably a month.
It technically wasn't supposed to be about us, but I think it turned into that. There it is, right there. Yeah, look at that. There's that good looking boy.
Yeah, I look slimmer in this black shirt.
Well, let's see. There we go.
Yeah. See, look how much thinner. If you put on black, it works.
That's why I'm wearing it for.
You look like you could weigh 150 pounds.
You got to jump around the shower to get wet.
Oh, what model old hickory you guys cooking on?
I've got the old hickory Ace MM, which is the Mike Mills version of the CTO. Just it's minus the gas pack. I didn't want to mess with competition switches and all that, so one of my friends, Wes Garrett, he has that same pit. He's been really helpful. He lives in Jackson, Mississippi, and he's been really helpful. You know, help trying to figure it out. What are you laughing about?
I'm laughing. Reading comments he keeps throwing up there. This is good.
Relax muscle. That's the best thing in the world.
I ain't got my glasses on.
I whatever. I'm making it.
So,
someone asked, do you find it distracting at comps where they're recording when you do barbecue?
Well, you know, at first, whenever they first come over, we were like on the show when we were asked to be on the show, it was 2 minutes, almost like 2 minutes, and they had cameras shoved in our face. So we looked like deer in the headlights to start with. But, you know, the crew is really good about learning your processes and stuff and where they can stand and whatever. I mean, we do. The trailer we have is a small trailer, especially with me and Brendan there.
And then about 4 or 5 other people.
Yeah, so they learn us and learn what we're doing, and they don't have a problem if we have to say, hey, can you move over here or move over there or whatever, because they're there to they don't want to be in our way because they know that we're competing for that. So, but yeah, they're great about doing that. So as far as the nervous thing, I guess we were probably nervous, you could say, when you go back and watch it a little bit, but. I'd already decided if I was going to be on a TV show, it'd be the only time a fat guy from Alabama would get a chance. So I was going to live it up, just whatever I had to do. I was just going to have a good time with it, and it's really turned into an awesome deal. So
we already had a relationship with the crew because during season 1, they were filming all the way around us. So we got to know them, and then when they started filming us, they became like our friends.
Yeah.
So used to, they would say, hey, we're going to come film you for pork or ribs or whatever. And then it got to the point, it's like, hey, just whenever we see you guys, we'll see you.
Yeah,
so,
just come on in. You don't have to tell us when.
Yeah, none of this was planned for us. Like, we didn't try out.
Yeah.
We didn't, it wasn't, it just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of happened.
I think we were the loudest one at the Cooks.
I guess.
So. Yell at people at Cooks.
Yeah, we do. We yell at people all the time.
Their game.
Hey, so we did pretty good in Gadsden last week. We got a first place pork call in Gadsden on our second cook, and we ninth in ribs, and they were ninth overall. But we're gonna show y'all what brought us through. Can y'all mind us showing you our luck charm?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, here.
So we get
it's our lucky eggplant.
It's our lucky eggplant that Morgan Cheek from Sweet Cheeks Barbecue. He knows I love the eggplant emoji. And so he thought me the biggest one he could find, and so that right there is what brought us through last week.
That's right.
That big eggplant.
Well, I think there's something else in your trailer that's kind of special that someone commented about on here, but I guess it's time to pull this up because I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, that's BC's super fan of the year.
Yeah, that is.
So we'll go ahead and talk about this. So. Hey, if you want to ask questions, just tell us straight up. But no,
sorry we took over your show.
So that's Scott Cash. So we So Mississippi had some tornadoes like back in Easter Sunday. They had 2 huge tornadoes come through there. So I went down with my daughter because Jamie Cooley from down there, he's Team JDQ,
yeah, Team JDQ.
Called and was asking if we come help. So I made it down there with my daughter for the first weekend, and then me and Brent went down the next weekend, and we fed like over 28,000 people with just a team that just showed up at a parking lot. And those people, we have been friends with those people, and they are family to us. I'm telling you what.
Yeah.
And so when that was taken down at So Mississippi at the parking lot. That's him walking around the parking lot in that. And so when I took the picture, I had to put that thing up. Most people, they say, have girls and stuff hanging up in there, and we've got a guy on the phone.
Hey, Scott had been cooking for like 12 days straight.
Yeah.
And he came out in that thing just to break up the month because everybody was so tired. Jamie had started cooking. I think he bought $400 in pork chops, and the next thing you know, he has a cooled 18-wheeler,
yep,
and Sanderson Farms chicken and Conecuh and everybody. Yep. They just kept donating. People kept donating food, and
people just started coming to help.
It was unbelievable. It was if people have never done anything like that, literally it makes you friends for life with the people that you do that with.
Yep.
I don't know how you could not be something with someone that does that.
Yeah, it's a different thing than just meeting somebody, on the street or at a comp and stuff like that. When you're going down there and you're kind of in the trenches with them, it was a big deal. It was tough to leave. I'm going to tell you, whenever Brent and I had to leave, it was tough.
Well, we had some friends of ours come up from Laurel to Gadsden to hang out with us that we had become friends with down there.
Matter of fact, she's the number one Paulinette, so. So she come up, hang out, check us out, and gas her and her husband Edwin. So Brittany and Edwin.
Yeah, we become great friends with. Laurel, Mississippi, So Mississippi. That'll always be something special for us. Yep. So, man, it was just a
great,
cool experience.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So, what's it like being on? You said it's pretty cool with those guys. There's nothing different, being on with the show and stuff like that. But what's it like, going to other competitions when they're not filming? You guys get known pretty quickly from being on BBQ, and have anyone ever seen you in the store and been like, "I've seen you guys on TV"?
No, I can make it through Walmart in about 10 minutes and don't nobody know who I am. No, like I said, now competition's different now. I mean, we roll in with a trailer. It's got BBQ all the way up the side of it, so you really can't help but notice. But no, like I said, the people that we've already known most of these people in the comps just from, cooking anyway, and always been friends with them. A lot of the backyard teams, that we go and hang out with, love going to hang out with the backyard teams down here because they know how to party. And we just it's just kind of come from there, and then we've just met some other people just through that, being on the show.
I think the best thing about it is when we're not filming, and it's helped us. I mean, we've made a lot more friends, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, this isn't a sport that you do to make money at. So I mean, it's the more friends, the merrier, and we keep making more and more. And I don't know, maybe it's made it easier to make friends. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know, but like I said, we just go, and where we wind up at the comp, as far as hanging out with people, that's where we wind up. And I mean, it's just like you leave, you're just old friends after that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's.
Thank you, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
Yeah, I can see it now. Hey, I'm telling you, we got the best people. We got the best fans down here. I'm just telling you.
I'm seeing that.
They got dedication.
I'm not putting them all up there, of course, but I think sometimes my mom watches this. So I'm not throwing everything up there. She's the song and all when I got going on.
Jake was talking earlier how he was going to be the top fan. He was like, "Oh, how can I top a thong?"
You know that Robert with Smoke Me Silly, he's got a top fan badge.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he actually does. Yeah,
we give him a hard time. Man, he's one of our top fans.
Yep.
So let's talk. Let's swing into them real quick. You guys, those two are the ones that you guys have a lot of fun with. It looks like on the show, on the vlog. All that kind of good stuff. And
yeah,
the what you guys have going back and forth is absolutely hilarious.
Well, Robert never not liked being Brim. No. We got as you probably too big of a personality sometimes, but we bring Robert out of it. I mean, we
bring out Robert's inner animal.
That's right. So we have a great time with Robert. We love Robert Lex, Smoke Me Silly, Joyce, whose real name is Lauren, his mom.
Yeah, his mom's name's Lauren, but she looks like a Joyce, so we call her Joyce.
We love them. I mean, like I said, they were probably our first friends on the circuit that actually come over and introduce themselves and stuff like that. And ever since then, we love hanging around with them. And
everybody we're friends with everybody on the show. You can't not be.
No, everybody's everybody's just great on the show.
Matter of fact, Tina Cannon was on the show. She's won the American Barbecue. What's it called on Netflix?
I don't even know what.
American Barbecue Showdown.
It's out now.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, everybody knows. It's no secret. She won it. So the level of competition of people on that show. Let me just say, we are like the Bad News Bears. Mm-hmm. And then you're cooking against, people with multiple, trips to the jack. And, then you've got somebody, like Tina, who's, she cooks every day.
Yeah. Trained chef.
She's a trained chef. And then you have Robert and Lex, multiple trips to the jack. And you have guys that, Jiggy Piggy been cooking for almost 20 years.
Definitely. That's
Chester's
you down here. So.
Yeah. And you got Chester too. Chester's, you never know which ones he's going to on the show. Sometimes he's like on fire for about 3, and then Robert and Lex come up in there, and you guys get calls, and it's you guys definitely.
There is no lack of competition on that show with those cooks that there, because man, every one of them can cook.
Yeah. I mean, it's they're everybody can cook. And even the backyard teams down here in Alabama.
Oh yeah,
they have the backyard teams have golf carts.
Yeah,
they're not cooking in a tent. I mean, They're cooking 2 meats. They have their RV and a golf cart, but they can't afford
it. Dave and I were talking about this one here. Here's one of my favorite people to watch on the show too. But old Sweet Cheeks has got a pretty nice rig too.
Yeah, there's a funny story. I'll let Brett tell it. It's a funny story.
What am I going to tell?
About when you was at Decatur and you had to tell that backyard team, hey, look, that guy's.
Oh yeah, so we were in Decatur, Alabama last year, and there was some guys set up next to us in a tent in their backyard, and man, that was the first competition they've ever cooked. You know, they brought their own rubs and all that, and so anyway, I looked across there and I pointed to Morgan's trailer and I said, "You see that team right there?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Their backyard." He was ready to pack up and leave and go home.
Scared him to death.
And then right next to him was Russ with Red Bones, and he's got a nice trailer.
Yeah.
And you know, he's a backyard team too. Yeah, backyard.
Yeah.
You know, so we get onto those guys. We want them to come up and cook, and with us because it's hard to make a qualifier because we have so many backyard teams in Alabama. Like in Gadsden, there was 53 backyard teams and 28 pro.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know what we're gonna have to do to get them to come up, but it's a lot of good cooks.
Yeah, make them.
That's for sure. I'd be scared to get out and compete in the backyard or the pros in that area.
I'm telling you, man, it is stiff. I mean, you know, if the pros admitted that a lot of the pros cook backyard recipes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, if we came up there and cooked with you guys, we'd get slaughtered because the flavor profile is completely different. I mean, we wouldn't know what to do up there. We wouldn't know what the judges are looking for. And from what I've always heard, like as you go up the East Coast, the judging gets tighter. They're not handing out a bunch of 9s up there, a bunch of 180s.
No, you might come up here and not know what to cook, but I'll tell you a secret. Dave and I don't either.
Oh man! Well, like I said, it's all fun, but you do like to do well and stuff like that. You do love seeing those 9s.
That's right.
Absolutely. So, what have you guys been up to this year with COVID going on? I see you guys did some BBQ filming. It looked like in someone's backyard, just like a little bit of grilling and all. But now you guys are getting back to comps. So you guys have been filming, and have they been picking up to do a season 4?
Yeah, they come to the backyard. They're in my backyard. We're out here filming, doing some intro type stuff for the shows. It's going to be a best of for season 4. So we were doing some intro type stuff for that, kind of like reminisce type stuff, I guess. Other than that, like I said, we were at 2 weekends in So for the cooking there, and then going down and doing some benefit cooks, helping Jamie Cooley out down there. I mean, basically just kind of wanting somewhere to go cook. Every place that will come up with a competition, all of a sudden then it cancels immediately and stuff. So now we've got the one we cooked past weekend in Gadsden was supposed to happen in April. And so we've got a couple more coming up, one Savannah, Tennessee this weekend and Columbus, Mississippi in 2 weeks.
And then we went to Montgomery. We did a live grilling event with BBQ. We traveled to Montgomery one day and went down to Montgomery, Alabama, went down there and did that.
Yeah.
And
we've been busy. I mean,
we've got a lot going on. I mean, it's for us not cooking comps, we've had quite a bit happening.
Yeah.
So
good.
But
that's what it's like being celebrities.
Do what now?
That's what it's like being celebrities.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, whatever.
We feel famous.
Yeah, we feel famous talking to y'all.
Yeah. Y'all making us feel real good about ourselves.
Someone asked if you've considered Pantene or L'Oreal sponsorship.
Listen, I've been trying to get Great Value or Dollar General or somebody to give me something. So if anybody's out there of Great Value that does their stuff, hey, hit me up.
He was really, really big on the mane and tail.
Oh, yeah, I use that a lot.
Mane and tail.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I used to use that in my beard for a while.
He's going to have to get his haircut because he's shedding like a German Shepherd in our trailer. If you get anything in our food, I'm going to be so mad. We were down in Pensacola, Florida, and I found some of Jeff's sheddings, and I said, "Dude, look at that!" And he goes, "That ain't me." And I'm like, "Well, it ain't me."
I used to have to go get my shampoo at the co-op. I mean, in the horse section. But now they sell it at Walmart. So anyway.
Oh my
Any
goodness.
sponsor I get though, whatever.
Jeff's cheap.
Yeah, I'm cheap and
He's
easy.
fine with whatever.
Oh man. So I got a question for you guys. You're big into the Compart Duroc.
That's right.
And I've never cooked it, but I got an order coming here this week. What's the difference with cooking Compart versus kind of almost anything else style wise?
The thing about Compart is what I tell people this all the time. The thing about Compart pork, the difference is if you ever have eaten a tomato out of your garden, and sliced it, put it on a sandwich and all that, and then gone to the store and done the same thing, that's the difference. The difference between one you actually grew yourself and a store bought. It has such richness to it, and it's almost like the less you do to it, the better that it is. And I wouldn't go heavy injecting or anything like that. It is. They test their animals for fat content. They ultrasound them. They've been doing They did the genetics. They test for genetics all the way like from 75 years genealogy. And they bought these hogs from Denmark, I believe. Is that right?
I think that's what it is.
And so their family they were one of the very first families to actually ultrasound their hogs for fat content and served in the finest restaurants in the world.
Yep.
Served in the White House.
Yep. And
there is a huge difference. And we become really good friends with them.
Jim and Diana.
Yeah, Jim and Diana Compart. And so it's they were sponsors of the show, but it's really grown way more than that with us. They're our friends, and that's all we'll cook.
Yeah, we will never go back to anything else. We'll cook Compart for you.
It is. It's definitely worth the price of admission. You get a lot of bang for your buck. I mean, it's fantastic.
When you see the hashtag, it says best pork on the planet.
Yeah,
he means it.
And it is.
It is.
I'm excited to try. That's for daggone sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it cooks up a little bit different, especially the ribs. But it's hard. It would be hard to beat a perfectly cooked Compart rib versus a commodity pork rib.
Right.
Nice. Good deal. So, I got to find.
What's your method of cooking? Hot and fast or low and slow?
Well, we ran about that. The old hickory that we have, we set it on 250, but it's convective heat. So it's running a little hotter, about 25 degrees hotter. And the top rack of that runs about 290. So I'm able to use, the top rack's 290. And then as you move down, the bottom rack is more like 250. So that's the cool thing about it. We run our brisket up top, chicken up top. And then as you work your way down the racks, it's cooler a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but it's a great pit. I mean, but I would say that like on our ribs and our pork, we're running 275. So kind of in the middle, not hot and fast, not low and slow.
Same.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you say you've been doing it since 2014. Let's minus the show if it wasn't on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would your passion still be the same for barbecue?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, with us, we're cooking regardless.
I mean, they're not filming now, so
yeah, they're not filming now. We're still cooking.
Dying to go cook.
That's what I thought you guys said they were going to be on.
Yeah. I'm telling you, we get there and this cooking. I mean, we want to do great. I mean, everybody does. We want to do great, but we get there and we miss the people, seeing the people. I mean, seeing all the friends and stuff like that we made. Yeah. That's what we show up for now. About 8 o'clock on Friday night, we shut it down and start getting serious. But,
like I was laying down, like we had the cots out and everything. I was down at 9 o'clock on Friday night. So we have a switch. We have a good time, but we want to do well. I mean, we're not there away from our families just to joke around and all that and not bring home any hardware or anything like that. I mean, we can throw a heck of a party for what we spend. We could be the kings of the neighborhood, for what we spend on one contest. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. At one time, I think we had like 10 barbecue pits. So yeah, we'd still be passionate about it regardless if we were on the show or not.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but before we were on the show, I'd always cooked at home. And I had the pellet grill for, I don't know, probably 6-7 years, before we started cooking. And I had a friend bring a pork butt to my work that cooked with a Byron Chisholm from Butt Rub Barbecue. You know, you find at the stores, Butt Rub. Y'all familiar with that product up there? Yep. So Byron lives up in Tennessee, and I was like, man, I want to learn how to do that. And then the whole competition thing just kind of happened. It wasn't anything we were really interested in, and we just decided, let's just go cook it and see what happens, and we fell in love with it.
Yeah.
So.
That's awesome. What about what is your absolute favorite part of your entire arsenal? I guess of smokers.
What do you mean?
Someone asked, "What's your absolute favorite part of your entire arsenal?"
It's that old hickory. I mean,
old hickory for sure.
Yeah.
I will tell you this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I will tell you this. It's that WSM 22. I had 3 22s and an 18.
Yeah.
And I still love that thing. I mean, it took me a long let go to switch to the old hickory.
That WSM 22 is a beast. It has beat plenty of Jambos. It's beat plenty of stuff.
Anybody who wants to get in competitive barbecue and doesn't want to, looks at these other pits and is like, man, I can't afford a, Jambo or an Outlaw or an old hickory. Hey, there's been a lot of people win with WSMs. And that's and for the price point, I think it's the best smoker you can buy.
It is.
For sure.
Absolutely.
I mean,
that's what we always recommend. If anybody ever asks us,
WSM,
start out with to get you a WSM.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
I know my buddy Tyler Bloom is in the comments somewhere, and he's got every Weber pit imaginable, every grill. Yeah. That's what he tells everyone to get.
I've got a kettle at the house. Jeff has a kettle. We have grill grates on those.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, we don't have any barbecue pits.
Yeah.
We got a drum cooker.
Yeah, and it's a good cooker. It's kind of new to work with, but it's a cool cooker too.
Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff.
So this is going to probably take us for a while, but what's your all's favorite memory in barbecue?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Let's see. I don't know. There's so much that happens, whenever we're out there and stuff like that at different comps, and every comp is a little different. There's like when we went to Pusacue last year. It's on the show. We love getting on people, just having a good time and stuff like that. And we had one of the crew, Casera, who we gave a rib to, and she bit it the wrong way. She bit it from the top. And we really give her a hard time about teaching her how to bite a rib if that ain't the way you bite a rib.
Well, we jumped all over it because she bit it from the top, and we knew it was overcooked.
Yeah.
And man, it fell right on the bone. So we did that to deflect the fact that the rib was overcooked. We hammered her.
So we've had that, and like I said, we hadn't done any GCs or anything yet. We reserved granted Columbus, Mississippi a couple of years ago.
Competitor series.
Yeah, competitor series.
And we've been all around it, man. We've been so close so many times. I mean, it's been painful.
Yeah.
But it's
you had a first place pork this week, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. And we've been so close so many times. I don't know.
As far as memories go, man, like I said, it's just so many people that we've just really become close with, and stuff on the trail and everything. It's just, I guess I would just have to say it's just all the people that we met and hang out with, every contest and stuff like that. I mean, they're just the best people. So.
Probably one of my favorite things that ever happened is we went to Tupelo, Mississippi and cooked in a double. The second year we cooked, and there was 100 teams there. And when I mean 100 teams, I'm talking, Heath Riles and David Bosca and
back when Jeff Beck was Give It to God, Johnny Trigg, and all those guys.
Did I say Heath? I said
you said
Johnny Trigg.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was loaded, and we got 3 calls and finished 11th, and our brisket finished 50th. If we'd have it was right in the middle. If we had just scored a little bit, we would have won the whole thing. And
we'd have won that. Yeah, we'd have won the first day.
And we had people coming up to us asking us if we owned a restaurant, and Rod Gray got up in the middle of it and came over and said, "Oh, I thought you guys just wanted a call."
Mm-hmm.
And we were blown away. And I guess at that point we decided, hey, we can do this. We can compete.
Yeah.
And but anyways, and then the next year we went over there, we did really well. And,
yeah.
Anyway, if it was about winning, we would have quit a long time ago. So I mean, we look at some point, hopefully we will, because we've been all around it. If we just find some good tables, man, we do. Like, we landed on the table of death and ribs in Gadsden. I'm like, that's just our luck.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, though, man.
Yeah.
That's all right. We got to meet people like you guys. We just be sitting at home flipping through the channels.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
I got to ask about this here real quick. What's this?
Okay. This is okay. So, like I said, we have a friend of ours. Her husband runs the fire for Chester, and her name's Deanna, and she decided she wanted to get a hold of my hair in Pussyq last year. So, I don't care. I mean, the older I get, the more that I'll do about anything. And so I just let her get a hold of it and stuff, and didn't tell anybody. And I just come walking out of a trailer like that, and it just turned out to where everybody started seeing it. And of course, that was probably something that one of the group put on Bo Derrick's body. Yeah,
that's Bo Derrick.
Maybe Bobby Cannon.
Yeah, Bobby Cannon, Tina's husband.
Yeah. So anyway, like I said, we just, I mean, it's like I said, we're a barbecue team that doesn't really like to talk about barbecue. We love having fun, and we just really don't care. I will do pretty much anything for the TV show as long as it don't get me in jail.
As long as you got out the same night.
I mean, like I said, I went shirtless on TV, on national TV with an apron on. I mean, I've done a little bit of it, so like I said, I'll do anything.
I'm trying to come to the terms where I'll do almost anything that doesn't involve being in jail or on a list.
Exactly. Like I said, it's like I told my daughter, and I probably embarrassed her on TV, but I said, hey, look, there's only one time I'm ever going to have a fat guy on TV, so I'm going to fix it to do it.
Hey, barbecue's the only thing where you can be fat and people know who you are.
Fat and famous.
Like, hey, those are those fat guys that get barbecue.
Like I said, it's all about fun.
That's a middle-aged man's thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
I've seen this one before. Before I knew you guys, but that one.
That's fat, drunk, and stupid. Okay, so I just woke up one morning or something like that.
I woke you up. You got mad at me.
Brent woke me up. I got mad, and then I think
you sent that picture to me.
Yeah, and so Ron got a hold of it, and that's it. But it's about the truth. So anyway, I'm telling you, like I said, people can take my face, do what they want to with it. I don't care.
Hey, if you have feelings, you're not allowed to hang out with the BBQ crew.
You'll get them hurt quick.
As soon as you start thinking you're somebody, it's over.
Oh, yeah. We get humbled enough at the judges' table, so.
Oh, man. So, wow. Dave, what are you thinking?
Sorry about your list.
Sorry, we're a handful.
Sorry, your list got messed up with questions.
It's all right. Here. What's one of your most memorable disasters?
We're a train wreck.
Exactly. No.
We're kind of controlled.
Yeah. We're trying to be a little tame tonight.
Controlled.
This is our first date with y'all.
Yeah.
This is our first date.
Oh, baby.
So, no, Dave, ask the question. What was it?
One of your most memorable barbecue disasters.
Oh, well, the one that just sticks out is when we forgot. I mean, the biggest disaster we've had was when we forgot to wrap our ribs.
Oh yeah, we forgot to wrap our ribs.
And I mean, they still place, so I don't know what everybody else's ribs taste like, but they still place.
I caught it right at the end, and I wrapped them, and I threw them on the bottom rack of the stump. Then we had one where I dropped a whole tray of chicken.
Yeah, dropped a tray.
Yeah, that was really good.
We never. We had one of the smokers, the older smokers we used, got clogged one time at a contest, and we were out there digging grease out of the drain plug. Yeah, that big smoker. Yeah, in Decatur.
Yeah.
And that was, and we never got that cleaned out enough to where we could.
That was like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, that was 2:00 in the morning. So, I mean, there's all kinds of little things that happen like that.
You learn as you go, though. I mean,
oh yeah, it's all about fixing the problems when it happens.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest disaster when we were in Tupelo, my dad had an RV.
Oh my God!
And he would carry that RV. He'd carry that RV and set it up for us. And we had that little utility trailer we'd carry all of our equipment on. And he had it set up. And about 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm smelling something, and the doo-doo pipe busted.
Oh man!
Yeah, and went everywhere in the trailer. So yeah, that's got to be number one.
Yeah,
You're supposed to poop in an RV. You're supposed to go somewhere else.
Is doo-doo okay to say?
Doo-doo's good.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Oh man.
One thing I hated about going camping was having to take that poop pipe off and hook it to the thing. It always fills the pipe a little bit.
Yeah, the slide of the trailer sheared it off. That's what happened. And we're laying there, the floor's wet. And I'm like, it smells like doo-doo in here. So I just thought it was because it was real doo-doo.
I just thought it was Brent.
Yeah. He got mad. Speaking of something like that, he got mad at me. We got all set up in Gadsden, and he, I was resting a little bit, and I got relaxed. And next thing I know, he says, "Fine, you're just gonna be like that when we first get set up. I'll just sleep outside on the picnic table." He's tore up with me.
Oh man, that's probably something.
You get pretty tight when you're in a little trailer like that.
Yeah.
But Jeff has some blue shoes. I mean, he don't wear no socks with them, and he pulled them suckers off. Woo!
I'm sure everybody wants to know about all this stuff. So.
Yeah.
Well, it's impressive that you guys do. It says you guys do free samples between 12 and 1:30.
Well, we got nominated, I guess, up there. So
hey, when you're good at what you do, everybody wants to eat your food.
Hey, don't nothing phase us. We could give samples and do pork boxes. It don't matter to us. Whatever.
Jason Cole with Hot Coals. We were up in Kentucky cooking. And he snuck that in on our trailer, but
we still got to do it.
We got that thing saved that we can pop it back on somebody else at some point.
Yeah, we may get Paul and Lynn from Raiders and Tigers this weekend because they're on a roll. We need to do something to check them up.
They're on a roll. We got them on notice. They're the number 5 team in the country right now. So we're coming in hot. We're coming in hot on them.
Daggone.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of bee suits in here. I should have worn mine.
Yeah, we've had some fun with that. They Chester come in with one on the show. They did a segment with him. They really shocked us on that.
Yeah.
The show. We had no idea that was coming. And he come in and lit that smoke, that common stuff, and man, it was all in that trailer and stuff.
No,
that
was a riot.
Man, that was funny. And then, like I said, the beekeepers always show up at Gadsden for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So who's the queen bee?
Queen bee? Brent's got a queen bee.
Yeah, my wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She's what was so funny is Jeff started this whole pollinette thing, and my wife, she's like, "Well, I am the number one pollinette. I was here first before y'all even, we've been married almost 20 years."
Yeah.
And so anyway, I said, this ain't my thing. This is Jeff's thing. And she goes, oh, okay. And so this past weekend, we had multiple pollinettes there.
That's never good.
Hey, they came up to me and started saying something. I'm like, oh no, Jeff told me to stay out of it. It was his thing. So y'all, they were fighting for rank and cat fighting and all that. And I mean, it's just been.
See, that's the dedication I'm looking for in pollinette. Hey, don't settle. Don't settle for your rank.
Nobody wanted Jeff till he started ranking people. Now
yeah, Britt's number one pollinette is his wife.
My wife and I got 2 girls.
And 2 girls. Yeah. Mine is. I would probably say Brittany Carter's mine, and then I've got a daughter named Ella that would be up there too with her. So they split it.
Yeah, but
it's amazing. You don't have to be the best looking guy in the world to have a list that all women want to be on.
Hey,
why do you say that?
Amen. For some reason, if you can cook, maybe you're fat. It kind of knocks a few pounds off of you.
Hey, Jeff,
I think it's the hair.
Yeah, Jeff's got a lot of ladies that like to eat in his kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe not. I don't know. I'll let him tell that.
Nah, I'm good.
Hold on. The guy in the thong told me said to ask about Karen busting Royals.
Oh man, now that lady right there is the best. She's the general. She was the one that was running all the operations at So-So during the tornado thing, and like I said, she just was one of those just wanted to show up and help out. And buddy, we couldn't have done it without her. She was out there in the parking lot. My daughter and I were down there, and she was running. Just all you'd see was her pointing fingers and stuff like that. And I asked her, my daughter, to turn around and say, "Hey, who you think's in charge out there?" And man, I'm telling you, that lady, she kind of didn't know what to think of us to start with, as you probably feel her pain. But she didn't know what to think of us. But man, I'm telling you what, we talked to that lady. I love that lady. We both do.
Yeah,
Karen's awesome. The general.
She was really doing a lot of the hard work. She organized all the ladies that were building the meals to go out to people during the tornadoes, and we were running the pits. So to build all those boxes, they had assembly line, and she was in charge to make sure everything was just right, because some of the meals that we were doing were having to be shipped to another town because they had another tornado come south of Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
It was 3 or 4 communities at one time that they were moving food to, and they would have to have certain food ready at 10 a.m., 7 a.m., whatever. And Karen was dealing with all that about getting on. It wasn't just Brett and I down there cooking. It was Smoking Bandits was another team that was down there cooking. JDQ was cooking, and a few and some other people that was that aren't barbecue teams, just full their pits.
Yeah.
So she was on all our butts, saying, "Hey, we got to have this done here, this done here, this done here." So I'm telling you, that place, Jamie was the big part of it, but we couldn't have done it without Karen.
Well, Jamie even drove to Tuscaloosa, Alabama to pick up a big old hickory rotisserie, and now he's actually bought one.
Yeah.
So I think we did 30-something briskets.
Yep.
I don't know how many 50 tenderloins, and
every bit of
17 boxes of chicken. Yeah. I mean, that was just us, and we were loading it out as fast as we could. Anyway, that's Karen.
I love going down there and helping them out. We did a benefit for a young boy that had to have a service dog, and I went down. Autistic,
nonverbal autistic,
and we went down and helped them out to raise the money just for the payment on the. And of course, we're all there. The whole crew from So-So is right there. Again, and Karen's out there running the show like she always does. And I'm telling you, she's the chick.
Yeah.
That's the best thing about barbecue is it can give back so daggone easily.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's really easy to do.
Like we can go, we can have fun, we can do all kinds of stuff every weekend, black out, but it can easily give back and do, things that are beyond words.
Exactly.
What I love about it, and what like Miss Karen said, there wasn't, when we were doing that cooking in So-So, there wasn't any Catholics, Baptists, there wasn't any Republicans or Democrats, black, white, just people. And that's what I love about barbecue.
Yep.
And that's what we need more of, because it's grace is at a premium right now with people. Nobody extends anybody any grace for anything. And I think barbecue is the equalizer for that.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
True that.
What you guys
sorry, we love the comps and stuff like that and love to win. But I'm going to tell you, doing stuff like that, I would love just to do that. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's helping people.
Yep.
Absolutely. So real quick, what's your guys' favorite go-to seasoning? What do you guys like to cook with?
Who doesn't use smoking guns hot?
Yeah.
You guys use smoking guns hot?
I do not use smoking guns hot.
I like Hero to Zero, smoking guns hot.
Yeah.
There's a few other things that we like, but we don't want rooters and tutors to hear before we put the beat down on them.
Of course, there's enough brown sugar honey and blue butter around the world out there at barbecue comp. So
yeah,
Karen just.
I'll tell you what, we met. Have you guys ever had Willingham seasoning before? Mm-mm. It's not a competition rub, but per se, but it is fantastic, and we have it down here south. And actually, the Willingham guys were next to us down in Gadsden. And they're like, "Hey, do you want some of this?" I'm like, "Heck yeah, man! It's really good stuff." And then all the Flavor Anonymous stuff's really good. They have Shane and Dylan. They have, lots of good rubs. But there's so many. We don't really have a go-to because, a lot of our stuff we layer. And so just to get different layers of flavor. Yeah. So I can't really pick out one, I think everybody does that. Some people mix them.
Yeah. No, a lot of MSG. That may be a favorite for all of our
MSG my favorite.
All the judges are walking out with headaches. I don't know why,
but here's a good question. What's your favorite cut of meat to cook non-competition related? Like pork belly, chicken lollipops. What's your favorite to cook that's not competition related?
I don't know. I like cooking hamburgers and just kind of stuff like that, just kind of stuff like, I like cooking ribs and stuff like that too, just even though it's constant.
Non-competition.
I know that. Just
you're not listening.
So I like making a ham sandwich. Okay. I like
ham sandwich. I like to do Cedar Point salmon a lot. And, I like to do chicken quarters. White sauce is a big thing down here.
Yes.
I like that a lot. I like to do a lot of times I'll do shish kebabs at the house. I like that a lot. I'll tell you what's really good is we take these A9 brisket trimmings and we make hamburgers out of it, grind it up. Oh, dude. If you're not doing that, if people are not doing that, they're missing out. You don't even have to have teeth to eat that.
It'll make you smack your mama.
Yeah, it will.
For real, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, dude. And don't disgrace it by putting ketchup on it either. All it needs is a little mustard, some onion, and pickle. Yeah. And don't put any cheese on it either. It don't need it. Just a little of it. That's it.
Oh, man, I'm hungry for sure.
You guys do that?
Oh yeah. I definitely see trimmings, grind them up. Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah. So Ron and Laddie, they're big deer hunters. They'll take their A9 and mix it with venison just to give it a little bit of fat. They'll take some in it. And I deer hunt a lot too. Not as much as I used to because we've been, traveling so much. Last year, I think we were gone 13 weekends, and that's a lot with a family. But anyway, that's good stuff, man.
Wow, daggone.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So, I don't think I've ever laughed so hard at one of these.
You need to go to the bathroom real quick? We'll wait.
2.5 hours.
Go ahead. We'll wait.
Oh, man. So we only got a couple more minutes here because we only like to go about an hour.
That's okay.
What would you guys say, starting off, what would you go back and tell yourselves once you got started? What tips would you give someone who's just getting started in barbecue?
I told this guy on that was asking me a question, do your research. Because we just jumped in basically with both feet. And I think if we'd probably, I think it would have probably helped us out to do a lot more research. What do you think? A
lot more research. And I think cooking with a team, like if you know somebody that's involved in barbecue, that's cooking a contest, go cook with them. Most of these guys, like if somebody wanted to come and cook with us, sure, come on.
Yeah, come on.
Matter of fact, Deep South Sauce Company, they had never cooked in a barbecue contest, and they came and cooked with us in Hattiesburg. And they owe us $1,000, by the way. That was a $1,000 class we gave them.
We're still waiting on that thing.
Waiting on the check.
Yeah, waiting on that check. I'll tell you too. I'm coming down. I'm on that.
That was years worth of screwing up to get to that point. They just, they didn't have to go through. But I wish they'd have done that. And I wish that maybe I'd have taken a judges class before I, started competing. But we were cooking
now. We went to the class.
We were cooking at home. We were already doing barbecue. We live in Alabama. In Alabama, like your manhood is judged if you can cook barbecue or not. Like it doesn't matter like if you're cooking comp or not. You can be the king of the cul-de-sac, but you got to be the king of something. Yeah. And everybody has a barbecue pit in Alabama. Everybody. So it's
Paul, you're right. We hammered him with a timeline. That's a big thing too. Is make sure you have a timeline, because if you don't, you are running around like a chicken with your head cut off trying to figure out what you've done last.
I got out of breath the first few contests just saying, what do we do next? Yeah, what do we do next? What do we do?
So Yeah, that would be the thing I would say is just, and have fun with it. I mean, just have some fun too while you're at it. Don't take it so serious.
I mean, we don't let the score sheet dictate if we've had fun or not. I mean, of course we want to do well, but we're not spending all this money to be miserable because, it didn't score well, I mean, we just don't. I mean, we're just like, I got on the next one.
Yep.
It's barbecue, man.
Yep.
And your feelings are going to get hurt. I mean, we had some jam up ribs that I would have turned in anywhere. And when it got to that first place, I was like, yeah, here we go. We got it. 20th. We were sticking on the table. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that entire table hated ribs because Fat, Drunk, and Stupid, they were 14th and won the table. So what do you do with a table like that? But
Absolutely.
You can't take it personal, and you just can't. So, and we don't.
Yeah.
We have a good time.
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe that you guys don't have a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
You're getting the rated G version of us right now.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I know Dave and I want to come down to Alabama sometime, but I see blue shoes on Jeff. I'm not coming near.
I won't wear them. If you're coming down, I only wear them when Brent's around.
Man, you better stay north of them shoes. Yeah,
about 50 miles in a circle. Right?
Yeah, that's the cure for coronavirus. Yeah, nothing can do about that.
Come on down, man. We'd love to have you down here. It's great people. Just come on down, cook.
Yeah, come hang out with us for real. Come down this way, cook a comp. We have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
We'll definitely have to keep you in touch with that for sure.
Y'all will have a good time. We can guarantee you that.
Promise you.
So, all righty, guys. Well, thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
We'll have to have you guys back on sometime for sure.
Man, we love it, man. Yeah. We appreciate it, and we're humbled and honored that you guys would even consider us.
Yeah,
thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys.
Sweet Cheeks and Chester wouldn't come on, so we had to settle for you guys.
So, we're not used to being picked fourth.
Yeah.
So we just take what we can get.
Yeah. Normally, they'll go through everybody on the show, and it's like about fourth down the run, they'll go, we'll get the Bees Knees to come. We'll do anything. Yeah, so, we don't care.
But no, we really appreciate it. It's been great. It's been fun, and love meeting y'all.
Hey,
yeah, absolutely. So thank you guys. Have a good night.
All right,
y'all too.
Thank you.
See ya.